For Region 3, that is Logan Music. That's probably one of the players you don't really want to kick to from their team. But he fielded it about the 44, so pretty good field position here for Region 3 in their offense. Well, I'm interested to see what they come out in here. All right, looks like Region 1 is running a 4. What, a 44? Are they running a 44 cover with 3 DBs there? Am I reading that right?
Yes, it does look like that to me from here.
I know they got, Cameron Bull's playing that outside linebacker out there. He's a FBU alumnus for 3 years. Now, I think they walk him up. Looked like maybe. Looks like they're coming out in that 2 back. Oh, yep, 2 tight end, 3 back. Mountain football. Little toss. Oh, mishandled the toss. First play, already having issues with holding on to the ball.
We had issues yesterday with fumbleitis starting the second half of that game between Region 1 and Region 4. Basically, both teams got a case of fumbleitis, if you will. And
well, for that particular style of offense he's wanting to run, that's you get behind the chains. It's very difficult to keep a play going, or keep a drive going, rather. So now they're looking at 12-2. You think he'll stick with it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's early. It's early. Again, kind of like yesterday a little bit. I mean, they've got some rust burn off the playbook, but they're going to feel these teams out. These teams, I guess they get a little bit more scouting in because they're able to watch yesterday's games. But
come out with 2 wide and run basically the same play of a different formation there.
I saw a flag, I believe. Or unless that was a ball on the other sideline flying.
Looked like football.
I saw a shadow of something. Again, I'm running the camera as well as the production part of this, so sometimes I'm watching the game on the monitor. And
that's a pretty good pickup. He probably got about 6 yards out of that toss. They went 2 receivers wide on that left side, so just changed the formation up a little bit. Still trying to get to the outside. So now we'll say the ball is about the 47.
3rd and about 7, it looks like. Ooh, somebody got a hand in there and held him up.
Yeah, just enough. I imagine they're probably going to go for this.
Oh, yes. I would think so.
Definitely.
It's 4th and what's looking like a long 1 here.
Honestly, in middle school, unless you've got a exceptional punter at this point in the field, it's almost just go for it instead of chancing a punt.
Yeah, yesterday punts played a factor. That's for sure. Yesterday with the wind, definitely some field decision made.
I think he's going on a hard count. Oh,
ooh, somebody got in there. Who was that? It looked like 51.
Oh, big gain on that first down.
50,
or 4th down. Excuse me. Sorry.
51. Shaden Calhoun from Campbellsville got in there to almost make the arm tackle there in the backfield.
And they just I think he went after the quarterback, and the quarterback managed to get the handoff to the running back, and the running back hit a nice little crease and actually bounced it outside at one point. It was hard to tell where he was with all the bodies. But they're now at the 39-yard line of Region 1. Another toss. Number 24 to 24 Music, and he's met by a wall of red over there. Maybe 2 yards out of that.
1.5 yards, 2 yards, yeah.
So they've ran to that left side of the offense basically the whole time.
That's a typical coaching thing. Sometimes don't realize it, but 90% of the time coaches call the play to their sideline. That's just a thing. We all do it. We try not to do it sometimes, and we still do it. It's just a thing that happens a lot. One of those game tendencies.
Looks like a false start there. This little early jump, I think, on the left guard over there. Yep. Well, back them up 5 yards. So now they're back at the 42. So I'll make a second and a long 13. Or maybe a short 14, depending on how you want to look at it. Looks like Cameron Bull's coming off the field limping a little bit. He's had he had an knee injury back in
Kansas City. The FBU, yep.
He didn't, as far as I know, he didn't require surgery, but apparently it's not still bothering him a little bit. Or maybe, actually, I take it back. I think he might have actually said it was a meniscus.
Yes, I believe that was correct.
And he did have a little surgery to clean it up, which is typically
a scope, yeah.
Yeah, you just clean it up, and within a month or so, you're usually pretty good to go. It depends on the extent and how much PT he's gotten in. But I think he played basketball season too, so he's a tough kid, good kid. So 3rd and long. Back to that wing tee there. Okay. That is a pretty good game. I'll bring up 4th
Cut
down.
it in half, yeah. 4th and about, we'll call it 6-ish. 6-ish. It's longer than 5, but it's not 7.
I've not seen a single pass yet.
Oh. No. That's the typical, I mean, you've got just Region 3. You've got Johnson County, McNabb, which is Montgomery County Middle School. You've got the Robert Campbell kids. You've got Bracken County kids.
Jump.
I don't think that's going to be enough for a first down, though, but it's going to make it 4th and then half a football.
It'll make it manageable, though.
It's going to make it, yeah.
For this offense, that's a very manageable play there.
Now,
penalties will play a part in this game. All righty, let's see what he does here.
So now what are you calling?
It's 5 minutes gone in the first quarter already. That's the thing about this style of offense. It will run the timeout very quick. I say quarterback or toss. Oh, and he botched the snap, and
I believe Red recovered that.
Yeah, that would have been it wouldn't have been a first down in the first place. Just that toss. First time he ran it to the right.
So Red's Region 1's going to take over here on the turnover at about what looks to be the 33-yard line.
Let's see what Easton and his crew can do here. I know he had his receivers making some outstanding catches yesterday. I expect them maybe to throw it more.
I think they will throw it more today, obviously, with the wind. They're going into the wind at the moment, but it's nowhere near what it was yesterday. So I think have a little bit more control over the ball.
Little handoff to Cameron Bull, and the defensive line of Region 3 was in the backfield before Cameron even got the ball. So, but he still managed to get a yard out of it. So I say now we'll see a drop back. Let Easton either throw it or take off running, because if he gets open field, he's usually going to get a big play. Now they're in twins. Okay, yep, drop back. He just kind of felt that. Look, he? That happened to him yesterday a lot.
Yes,
just losing the ball, not just ball slipping out of their hands after he caught it. It was a catch. It looked like a catch to me anyway.
They're calling it a catch and out of bounds.
But did you see how Easton just kind of felt that kid coming off the side there and stepped up? I mean, I thought sure that kid was going to get him. He just kind of stepped up, stayed there, and threw the ball. Another impressive play by him.
He seems to do very well with the recognizing the pressure coming into the pocket, getting out of danger, and looking for something downfield before taking off. We've all seen Easton in his athletic ability, and when he takes off with the ball. But
that was a little option there. Oh, he's breaking. I see.
Okay. Too many people to try to avoid there.
Yeah, the way he carries that football makes me nervous.
Yeah, the old loaf of bread syndrome there. And with the fumbleitis yesterday, I'm sure that's something.
He had a fumble running the ball, too.
Yeah, I believe he did have one yesterday. But
so it brings up second down at about, 14? I think that was, I don't know if that was if they're just running an option with him there and giving him the ability to pull it, or if they called it. I couldn't tell because I didn't even know if he was even going to give it to Bull right there. You know.
Yeah, that might have been just a delay keep or something on that.
So they're back in twins, single back. He steps up. Right there is where he's dangerous. When he steps up in the pocket. Oh, and there. And there's the fumble. He got
Green recovers. Yep. Region 3 recovers.
He got hit from behind right there and knocked the ball loose, and Region 3's got the ball. This could be that's 2 turnovers, right?
That's 2 turnovers so far. Both of them stopping drives that were moving. Definitely something to work on. The Region 3 defensive line was getting a lot of penetration that drive. However, on that play, while not ideal, the Region 1 offensive line created a pocket for Easton to step up in. So
that's probably what they're going to have to give him a good pocket where he can go straight ahead and not try to go left or east or west, because he's really dangerous when he's running straight ahead.
Definitely. Looks like we have a timeout here for Green. First timeout of the quarter. We have 3:01 left in the first. I've got on the screen over here on the monitor watching the Region 2 and Region 4 8th grade championship game. Right now with what looks like 3 minutes left in the first quarter. The score is 0-0, and they are changing positions here. It looks like Region 4 is getting ready to take the ball on their own, maybe 4-yard line, 5-yard line. So they are backed up into the end zone right now. I don't know if they stopped Region 1 on a 4th down drive here or what, but Region 1 is going to be long length of the field, or Region 4, I'm sorry, long length of the field over at Great Crossings. So I figured that matchup to be a very evenly matched game.
I think it'll be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, that could be first team that scores wins. As we found out yesterday, Region 2 does have a field goal kicker. Colton Warshell from North Oldham hit a 32-yard field goal yesterday, so that could be critical in that game.
Okay, we're running a toss to the right here. Oh, good block right there. Great block. The fullback picked up the defensive end. Look like the defensive end there. Good gain. That's 8 yards on that toss right there. So he ran to the right again. Basically ran basically the same play except to the other side. Looks like number 14 might have tweaked his leg on there. It's Maverick Ashby from Ashland.
Yeah, Maverick was, I believe, the offensive MVP for the All-Star Classic this year. At quarterback. He's normally a quarterback but can play running back as well.
Toss to the left. Back to Music. Oh, big gain. He's, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't break one sometime today.
It's very possible. Very possible.
Very fast. It's Garrett. Oh, wait, that was 24. Garrett Lucas, did I get that?
From Woodford County. Garrett would be from Woodford County. If that was.
And that's a white helmet, isn't it?
It could be. Sometimes they're black. Woodford County is black as well.
So what happened here? Oh.
We have a hold.
A block in the back.
A block in the back. Penalties, yellow flags will haunt you.
Man. Yeah, that took that was a 20-yard gain, and now you're second and long. So you go from second and 2 or 3 now to second and long because of block in the back on a very good run there. Well, okay, now they're just staying in this 2-back set with 2 receivers out wide. Back to the toss. He cuts it up.
That was, who was that? 36. Trey Smith from Glasgow with the tackle, it looked like, for Region 1.
Let's see, he cut it up. I don't know if he didn't trust it to open out to the outside. I think he had a good block in front of him. If he kept going outside, probably would have gotten a few more yards on that. But sometimes, though, if you see his lane, you take it.
1 minute to go in the first quarter here at Bryan Station High School.
Okay, just belly right up the middle. Good run by the 33 right there. That is Jaquan Crawford from Elkhorn, FBU alumnus. Great run. I noticed from my experience with him, you just keep giving him the ball. He seems to get better the more touches he gets. That's enough for a first down. That's a big play right there. I wonder if this run game will wear down Region 1 a little bit, because you know they got to be fatigued from yesterday.
Yeah, and see, yesterday you could kind of tell a little bit. It looked like their defense against Region 4, having the offensive fumbles in that third quarter, kind of wore them down a little bit being on defense. So
running a toss over here to 24.
He got tripped up by
Lucas.
I believe that's going to be Trey Smith again, that was able to get his hand in there and trip him up and save that play.
He's fast. I'm telling you, I think I'm looking for him to break one. But that will end the first quarter, and we're knotted up at 0-0. However, Region 3 has driven into Region 1 territory, and at about the 45 and a half, and that's where they'll start when we come back for the second quarter. How's that region game looking there? The championship?
It's still 0-0. Region 4 is still...
Wait, no,
it just updated. So, just updated my screen. It runs a little bit behind. And Region 2 must have gotten a safety there against Region 4. Region 2 is now up 2-0 with a minute to go in the first quarter. So,
I wonder what happened on that. I mean, when you're that
they were
deep.
pinned. They were, like I said, they got the ball at like the 4-yard line. It looked like so.
Yeah.
When they started, Region 1 is on, or Region 2 is on offense and just chucked one down the field. And was that a touchdown?
It looks like it.
We can't see the numbers for the way we have it on this small monitor, but that was about a 35, 40-yard pass there for Region 2 for the touchdown. So that's going to make that score be 8-0 with the PAT pending.
Yep, and touchdown.
Touchdown.
Wow, that went from changed.
Safeties are game changers sometimes.
That changed that game within about a minute and a half, because it was about 3 minutes left to go.
Yeah, it was at about the 3-minute mark. Yep.
But I'd say Region 4 will answer back fairly quick. They got some talent on that region team. Okay, well, did they not switch field sides today, or did?
I guess they didn't here.
Wait, I think they need to swap sides, don't they? Yeah, a little confusion there on
the officials were lined up the right way.
Yeah,
the players were not.
So, a lot of times in middle school,
sometimes they don't.
They don't switch.
The regular season games,
yeah.
Some conferences and some places do not switch. Other times, yes, like you see that a lot of times with 3-man official crews that you do not switch sides. Oops.
He cut it up there enough to get the first down. But I'm telling you, Jaquan Crawford, he's a good blocker. I'd follow him. That was me, but of course I'm old and I'd break a hip if I tried to run a football. So
exactly. As I say, as a former tight end, I can go out for one more pass, but it's going to be my last one.
All right, so they're standing at 2-back set.
Offset eye, yep.
Oh, run and toss again.
Pitch to Ashby there on the right side.
Oh, look at him go.
As he goes down the field. And Ashby is in. I do not see Laundry. Touchdown.
That was a really good run. He kind of
Region 3
maneuvered through the crowd right there and then kicked it up another gear. Your good running backs always seem to have an extra gear
boost
in the open field,
The boost button.
Like D. Parker yesterday, we saw it from him, and Ashby right there showed it as well.
So Region 3 has scored.
And they've not thrown the ball at all. Just and headed it off or tossing it every time. I guess they count that toss as sort of a throw, right?
Does it go forward? Doesn't it have to go past the line of scrimmage first?
But it's in the air, so it's a close
count. Now, yesterday they may not have got away with that toss very well. PAT play here.
Oh, he slowed down right there for the line of scrimmage, but he got it.
I think he leaned forward on top of the pile.
He got it. That's Ashby again. So, 8-0 in favor of Region 3. That was a very good drive for them. And I just wonder if we're going to keep seeing that. And they're starting to get, 5 and 6 yards a pop on each play. We'll see if Anthony goes in at quarterback. I think Anthony will go in at quarterback for Region 1 here.
Yeah, they were rotating yesterday. Rotating quarterbacks on series. Again, Battle of the Regions is brought to you by Competition Ready Gear, the official uniform and player gear supplier of the KYMSFA Battle of the Regions event. As we set for Region 3 to kick off here to Region 1, 9:13 and left in the second quarter. Region 3 is up 8-0 on that scoring drive on a, what was that, about a 34-yard run by Maverick Ashby from Ashland, and the 2-point conversion as well.
So we see Region 3's kicking game here. They line it up in a more traditional sense.
Looks like they're going to do a formation of an onside kick to what I call the wing guy there on the return turn. But Region 1.
You see that a lot in middle school because you don't really have kickers with good legs.
You see every trick and try of an onside kick you can come up with.
Absolutely. And a lot of times a lot of coaches put their, there's like a lot of their kids that don't get to play a lot on offense and defense, they put them on special teams. So that kind of protects them a little bit, too, from having to cover. But very rarely do you see a middle school kicker who can put it in the end zone consistently.
There's been a few over the years, but it is a rarity. But
Jackson Smith,
the Colton Rochelle from North Oldham. There's been others, but definitely if you've got a kicker that can do that stuff, it's an advantage at the middle school level.
Cameron, he was so close. I don't know who
made that, yeah.
But he almost got there, and he's the one, if he gets out in the open field, you'll see him speed up as well. But I think did they have a tight end instead of two twins on both sides there? I couldn't tell. And this is what kind of happened yesterday, wasn't it? Is that Region 1 gave up a score and then came right back real quick and scored?
They sure did.
Yeah, they got a tight end in. Okay, back to the same play to Cameron, and Easton's still in at quarterback. That's first down. So
I look for at some point if we're going to see that counter play back that Region 1 was really successful with yesterday. Specifically when Region 4 started to get a lot of penetration through their defensive line getting through, they ran that counter a couple times.
Run it with Easton.
So you can run it with Easton or even with one of the running backs.
Yeah, with that, I like to. You see some teams they'll run that counter with their quarterback if he's a runner, which Easton is. They're just feeding the rock to Cam. Seems to be working pretty good so far.
Yeah, you're getting 5-6 up right up the middle every play. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I know Region 3 probably I'd say they ran 8 minutes of that first quarter off.
Every bit of.
You know, and then they ran a couple minutes off in this one, or about a minute and a half. So, and I guess Region 1's going to see if they can do the same thing here. Just keep feeding Mr. Cameron here. I wonder if Easton's going to pull this one time or just keep handing it off here. Nope. Then they went to the other side and nothing. That was shut down quick.
Yep, it was there at the snap of the ball, but by the time the running back got the ball and got there to make the cut.
That's Mac Darlin.
LCA.
Yeah. Read it real well and brought down Cameron with that. Now you got number 45 there with him, Jackson Witten from Bracken County.
Polar Bears.
Is that their mascot?
They are the Polar Bears.
I did not know that.
They are the Polar Bears.
Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Stuart Pepper, I didn't know it was cool until yesterday.
If I recall correctly, Bracken County placed second in the Northern Kentucky Middle School Athletic Conference this year. I believe they lost the championship game to Newport, but they have a solid group of kids.
Ooh.
That was not
big sack there. That is a huge loss. That's going to bring up fourth down.
45. I see 58. So
Cody Gibson from Robert D. Campbell.
Jackson Witten was there as well from Bracken County on the play.
Looks like they're punting here. Oh, it looks like it, yeah.
Yep.
Well, would play field position here. We'll see. That number 68, Tyler Katzman from Webster County. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Apparently, it's not a live.
Yeah, it's a dead punt for these, I believe, for these two squads for this game.
I don't know.
So they will take over at about the 11.
That definitely has a different thought process if it's not a live punt. It's not quite as risky if you know you're not going to get blocked and they can't return it. So that definitely flipped the field a little bit, puts them down at about the 10. And with that, their offense, I wouldn't be surprised if Region 1 doesn't run the rest of this clock out.
Very, very possible. If you had a play-action play, once you get out of your own end zone a little bit, though, get about to the 50-yard line with a minute or so to go, that'd be the time to pull it.
A little naked bootleg or
something along those lines, yep.
I think with these offenses that Johnson and Belfry that they run, you know what they're doing, but you just can't stop it.
Yeah, it's no secret, that's for sure. I'll try to zoom in a little bit more here.
Just that's Jaquan right up the middle there. He got about 3 and long. I'd say maybe about 4 yards out. So that's a good gain on first down. It looked like he wasn't going to get a whole lot, but he's a big boy, strong, good runner, and they're being very patient here.
.450 left to go in this second quarter of this one. Region 3 is up 8-0.
Offset eye again. Toss out there. Back to Ashby. And nowhere to go this time. That was well played. So he lost about a yard on that actually. So that was well played by Region 1 right there. So 4:20 and counting down. So now if it's long, I'd say more like you might see another punt here.
Maybe.
Or they could do that play action.
What was the coach? There was an article a couple of years ago about the coach at high school that hasn't punted in like 20-something years.
Yep.
Always goes for it no matter where he's at. There's numbers to dictate that.
Hard count again.
That's going to get him a lot closer. It's not going to be a first down, though.
Makes it much
makes
more,
it 3rd and about 2.
And then you know they're going to go for it probably because then short yardage they'll do it. Because their defense has played really well today.
It has up to this point, yes. We'll see though. I have a feeling if Region 1 gets the ball back, you're going to see the ball in the air a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Can they cover?
Now they go back to too tight wishbone. Little belly. And it's first down. That was it Ashby that had the ball right there?
14?
Yeah.
I believe so, yep.
So, Ashby's, Music, and Crawford, that's 3 really good running backs.
They definitely have it. And let's give a shout-out to got to give out some to the beef on the line here.
Oh, absolutely. You got Ty Plummer from Ashland. That's number 56.
Trey Davis, Johnson Central, I see in there. 64, Isaac Atkins.
Dylan Peck, offensive lineman from Robert D. Campbell. He's an FBU alumnus as well. So is the center, Gabriel Blackburn. Staying in the wishbone here. Quarterback kept it, and that was well read. Who made that tackle for Region 1 there? Once again, wish I had binoculars.
Right. Yeah, no, we noticed yesterday that the numbers are a little harder to read.
On the front,
on the fronts, for sure.
The back, you can read them, but the front is just it's kind of difficult. All right, so now it's second and about 12. And standing at, what is it, offset eye. 2 receivers on the left. Looks like Region 1 was going to bring a little heat there. Okay, follow Tayshawn. 1 block. Receiver right there could not keep his block, and his man, I can't see, was that number 40? For Region 1. Is that right? Number Silas Gunn. Did a good job getting off that block and making that tackle, because if he hadn't, I think he would have gotten a large gain on that play.
Just a quick update of the championship game. It looks like we're going to have a timeout here, Region 1. Just a quick update. Region 2 has just scored again on about a 25-yard run. They have just scored again with about 7 minutes to go. So that'll put them up 14-0 on Region 4, pending the PAT play there. So looks like Region 2 is doing their thing. Region 2 won last year in the 8th grade. And looks like they're
going to repeat it at this point. But we'll see.
Rochelle is lined up to kick the PAT over there. It's up. And it's good. So Region 2 is up 15-0. And while we're at this timeout, we're going to take a small break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back here. Coming out of the timeout. Region 3 is driving with 1:27 left in the second quarter.
Well, let's see. 3rd down and long here, so. Oh, what? They are he's wide open. But he underthrew it and is picked off. That receiver was running for
the receiver was wide open.
Wide open, and is the wind. Look, the wind.
He was throwing into the wind a little bit.
And that caught it. He didn't get it off very good anyway. There was a lot of pressure there. But the wind.
The ball hung up.
It really caught it, and it's picked off. So here we go. Region 1 with 1:23 to go on the 41-yard line.
41-yard line.
So, and we saw
one
this
timeout. I believe they have one timeout left. So you kind of got to do this in a big chunk here, so I definitely think you're going to see the ball being aired out. They have the wind at their backs, so we'll stay a little wide here for that.
Okay. Yeah, you knew Easton was going to air it out here. Oh, okay. Man, him just being able to get that off and almost get it out there to number 9, Logan Smith. No, that's not right, is it? I can't tell. No, number 8.
Yeah.
Ethan Kirkwood. I should have known that. Oh, Kirkwood, he's a good boy too. I think he was an FPU alumnus his 7th grade year. So, yeah, Easton just being able to get that off right there was pretty impressive. Dangerous, probably still a little dangerous. Pick 6 right here would not be good. But, hey, he's a player. He makes plays. Got trips over here. Okay. Oh, snap was a little low. He mishandled it. Oh, he got that. Oh my gosh.
He caught it. Great round.
That was a great job by the receiver bringing that in. Who is that? Turn around the other way for me, bud. Is that number 1? Brandon Anderson? Nope. That's not him. No, yeah. Did you get a number yet?
Sure did not.
Hang on, I got it now. Number 11, Hudson Notmeyer.
From Bowling Green.
That was a great adjustment on the ball.
I believe he had a good catch yesterday to keep winning the game.
He did. Okay. Was he past the line? I think he might have been past the line of scrimmage.
He was very close.
It's incomplete,
he was
so it
very close.
Doesn't matter. So, but he looked. I like the fact that he keeps looking downfield to throw the ball. I think that's a lot of quarterbacks. They'll tuck it and run from the get-go. You know.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely some. Well, really outside the pocket awareness, I guess, but always looking downfield.
And that was good. Good defense by the DB over here as well. Is that number 3, Duran Owens? Yeah, from McNabb. He did a good job breaking that up as well. So they got trips on the left side of the offense here. He's backing up in the pocket. He's rolling out now. I think he's going to run this. Man, and he fumbled, but it went out of bounds. And is he doing push-ups over there?
He just did a push-up, yes.
But he's probably going
to have Coach Davidson's probably going to have him do a few more at halftime.
Yep.
He keeps fumbling the ball.
He's got to fix that part of his game because those are a lot of times those fumbles happen in key situations like this. You know, he got lucky right there and it bounced out. That was one of the times I don't think he had any intention of throwing that one once he got outside the pocket, but he managed to get out of bounds, stop the clock. So it's 3rd down and about 5.
51 seconds left.
Trips. No, actually they're in
just run the bull. They had that. He's going to be just short of the down marker.
I think they're going to take their time here on this too. Or they call a timeout. So that's probably their last timeout.
It absolutely is. The ball looks like it's going to be at the 6. They need to get inside the 4. To be a first down. 38 seconds left. We do have a player down on the field.
Can't tell.
Well, you can't see the numbers from here to now.
I mean, hopefully whoever it is, it's nothing serious.
And all we see is legs moving. We don't see a helmet. So, but the trainer is out there. We appreciate here at Bryan Station UK Health. Our trainer Jessica out there today. We appreciate UK Health for providing the trainer coverage for. They seem to be picking him up, so that's always a good sign. Looks like he's.
Is that Cameron?
It's he's grabbing up in his shoulder the way he's got his arm. That looks to me a lot of times that's a collarbone or something up in one of the shoulders.
Yeah, that's Cameron Bull, I believe. Maybe
it's a blue helmet.
Maybe he just got his wind knocked out of him.
Could be just a jam, the stinger, like you said. Yeah.
Remember the young players over the years, their first stinger, because usually you don't get a stinger in elementary. It's usually in middle school when you get your first.
Your first. Oh.
Yeah. What is that?
What is that? I don't like that feeling. All right. So again, 4th and about long 2 here. 38 seconds left. Ball on the 6. Need to get inside the 4.
Okay. Oh, and it just barely missed. He just caught it and threw it. Maybe just looked like a little corner route they were trying to get there. And so here we go. Turnover on downs, and Region 3 will take over at the 5-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, it's kind of between the 5 and the 6.
What do you think? Think they'll try to throw it again? If they've thrown it once, it was a pick.
32 seconds left. I think your goal is basically don't get into your own end zone. I don't know that I even take a knee here. I think I just hand it off one time, and then
go to half.
Yeah, probably go to half unless you bust that. I believe they do have all 3 of their timeouts. So unless you just break this one away right here, I think
they might have called one earlier.
I think you're just trying to get to halftime and get out of your own end zone. But no, yeah, they look like they're taking a knee. They'll only need to take one.
The clock's on. There it goes.
And the clock will run. 40-second play clock here, just like high school. All right, so we are winding down the clock here. And the teams are, it looks like they're headed to their locker rooms. I don't know, with the sun out now, I don't know if it'll be warmer or not in there. It has not warmed up in the press box any, even though there's a lot of hot air coming out of us right now.
Yeah, the
kid. But as the clock hits 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that'll be the end of the first half here. Region 3 is up 8-0 right now on a pretty
tight game.
Region 3 has controlled the game pretty much on offense with their running style, but Region 1 has had flashes. And I think they can score when they need to. They just got to get down there and put a full drive together. But we'll take a break here, and I'll widen out the zoom, and you guys can see whatever's happening at the middle of the field for a little bit. And we'll be back here in about 5 or 6 minutes. All right, welcome back. We're in the warm-up period here at halftime. Just to give you a score update as well. Region 2 has scored again in the championship game over at Great Crossings. The score is now 21-0. Region 2 over Region 4. There's about 24 seconds left in the second quarter. So it looks like Region 2 is on their way at the moment, but as we found out yesterday, tale of two halves. Halftime does funny things. Yeah. Coach Mattingly, between games yesterday, was talking about how sometimes the worst thing you can do in a team, both a team that's doing well and a team that's doing bad, is go into halftime and stop whatever momentum you may have for that brief window. But we're getting set up here at Bryant Station High School. Battle of the Region's Consolation game for 8th grade. Region 3 is in your green. Region 1 is in their red uniforms. And
sometimes with a day where it's cold like this, you go inside, and then you warm up, and you come back out, and the cold feels worse. Especially if you sweated and your clothing's wet.
That is very true. Very true.
Looks like Cameron Bull for Region 1 is, I don't know if he's going to return to the game. He had ice on his shoulder. I talked to him at halftime. He said it feels like a stinger, but it just won't.
Can't move it. It's frozen. Yeah. It's a little bit of a frozen shoulder situation.
Did you see? Perfectly executed onside kick right there.
Did he recover that?
Perfectly executed. I'm talking. He got it right at 10, maybe 11 yards. I just perfectly executed onside kick right there. And Region 3 will have the ball with a lot of momentum at this point. They have dominated the time of possession in this game.
Yeah, like you said yesterday, if we kept official stats for some things. But definitely today, Region 1 has played the ball control game. And that's kind of what that type of offensive style does.
You play good, solid defense, good special teams, and you just keep the ball away from the other team. Looks like a gain of about 3 yards there. So it'll be about second and a long 7 here, but just going back to what they do. I mean, it's that Belfry, Johnson County type football, and it's very effective. Okay, looks like they're staying in that offset eye. 2 wide receivers. A little toss out here. Number 24, and well played. That's Garrett Lucas from Woodford County. Had really nowhere to go. Well played. Looks like number 40, Silas Gunn, DB from Webster County, in on the tackle. That was a pretty good job there by the defense. Wait. Looks like there was some laundry I missed on the field. A hold. Now backing them up. Second down and about 18. So that definitely changes offensive strategy here.
Do we see a pass? We saw one.
It didn't work out well.
We're going into the wind again, so.
Yeah. Staying in the 2 back offset eye, 2 wide receivers. Just belly right up the middle to Jaquan. Not a whole lot there, maybe 2 yards. Maybe. So now we're looking at 3rd and about 16, maybe 15. So, alrighty. Let's see what trickery, if they got any. Maybe they'll just, I know teams that play this style of football are perfectly happy winning a game 8-0.
Yeah, but they'd prefer it be 16, I think.
Yeah.
Before I have a little extra cushion.
Oh, yep, dropping back, just gunning. Oh, beautiful throw. And he caught it, stayed in bounds. And that is a touchdown. Number...
The blue helmet.
Number 10. Is that... Nope, not number 10. Where'd he go?
Is he over there on the sideline? No.
I lost him. Oh, there he is. Looks like maybe number 40 then.
Austin Hawkins from McNabb. Mount Sterling.
Great catch. I mean, good throw, great catch. Little play action pass. They've had single coverage on the receivers the entire game.
They have. And you do that when teams run the ball. That's kind of what you do. And the defender was right there. Receiver made a good play on the ball.
Got a toss to Ashby, and he stopped.
Who was that made that stop? White helmet there.
53?
53.
Nope, not a 53 out there.
50. It was a white helmet, correct?
Let's see.
Fif-
51, I think. Shaden Calhoun, linebacker from Campbellsville.
We called his name earlier today as well, a few times.
Yeah, it was a great play on that 2-point conversion. But as a play caller that likes to throw the ball, when I see one-on-one man coverage, that's what I like to do.
Finding the mismatch.
Yep, absolutely. But you got to be able to run the ball to get that kind of coverage.
That is true. Yeah. Run sets up the pass, or does pass set up the run?
That depends on your philosophy. Sometimes we pass to set up the run. Do a lot of little draws and another onside kick.
Got that again.
They did. Another perfectly executed onside kick. Right at the 11 yards. That's 2 in a row. That's wow.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the monitors here, trying to keep the camera. So seeing the ball is not the easiest thing to do until I look up into the window. But
here we go. It's 14-0 now. They got the ball back, and
7:48 left in the third.
Let's see. They'll go back. They'll try to run the ball here. It looks like they're going to stay in that offset eye, and just probably. I say run.
Run some more.
Yep.
Line your backs up one at a time, and then give everybody get a chance with the ball.
That was a slow developing, but about a long 4. Good first down play, exactly what they like. Let's see. They're taking their time here.
40-second play clock from the time the referee sets the ball on the ground. That's a recent change to the high school and middle school rules. It used to be the old 25, or what this still is, I guess, on penalties and so forth. The 25 from the moment the referee blows the whistle.
Okay, offside eye still. They've only run about 2 formations. Right up the middle, Tayshawn, or Jaquan, sorry. Is that Jaquan ahead? Yeah.
Try to zoom in a little bit closer.
So let's pick up about 4 now. 3rd and 2. We'll say 3rd and 2 here. So he picked up about 3. So that's exactly where they want to be. They've not punted all day. I don't expect them to change that anytime soon. This Tayshawn or Jaquan right up the middle. And he carried a couple people with him. Gain of about 4 or 5 on that. So that's a first down, and clock's ticking away for Region 3 here.
Update from Great Crossings real quick. Finally at the halftime there, Region 2 is up 21-0 on Region 4. So Region 2 is on pace here to win back-to-back 8th grade Battle of the Region titles, if you want to call it that. The trophy is over there at Great Crossings, but they get the winners get the plate put on the big travel trophy, and The winning team, the players and coaches get medals.
All right, run that toss. Good. That's Ashby. Game about 5. I'm starting to
know the numbers by heart now.
Yeah, know that. I'm starting to recognize by the way they run the ball, knowing their name. So Ashby, he's a good little running back.
Definitely a good player out of Ashland.
So I haven't called the quarterback very much for for Region 3. They've had 2 passes. One was a pick, one was a touchdown. Dive right up the middle to the Jaquan. He just carrying bodies with him. No, he's still going. He broke 3 or 4 tackles right there. As I said earlier in the game, the more you feed him, the better he gets. So now he's your bigger back out of the 3 backs that they use out there. You got Logan Music, Garrett Lucas. Actually, they got 4. I haven't seen Music run it much since the beginning of the game. Quarterback keeps it, and nothing. Maybe a yard, 2 yards, 2 yards. Okay, so now you got second down and 8 at the looks like the 13-yard line. I think they run dives and toss and some belly mainly, and a couple
tosses,
yep.
Couple outside tosses.
Probably got about what? Somebody called timeout.
Looks like green timeout.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to do some player substitutions on a play, and a little confusion there. So call the timeout. Make sure you get it right down here. And we're going to take a break as well, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're back. Region 3 on a little run there. Now it's
got a couple yards out of it. So
third and 5. Third and 5. I think it's inside the lines on both of those.
Maybe a long 5 there.
It's a long 5.
Yeah, I'd say
ball's at the 11. It's just inside the 11. Back nose is on the 11.
So they're staying in offset eye. They got everybody crowded up the line of scrimmage, don't they? Toss to Ashby. He gets the edge, and who made that tackle out in the field there? Gold helmet.
Gold helmet, that's Bowling Green, Campbellsville, Webster. One of those.
I cannot see the number.
Is that the safety?
It is the safety. So we're looking at 4th and 1 now. I think they'll try that hard count. They gotten them twice on the hard count.
That's possible. I mean, I'm sure that Region 1's going to have 10 in the box.
Or just hand off to Jaquan up the middle there.
1:45 left to go in this third quarter.
Yep, Jaquan right up the middle. And he's in. He just kind of seeing, he's just starting to really get his groove
Getting warmed up.
Yep. He's a little gimpy getting up, but he's walking it off. So touchdown. So now it's 20-0. Minute 34 to go in the third quarter, and Region 1's not touched the ball this quarter.
Yeah, well, that's that style. I guess the best defense is a good offense, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they say that sometimes.
Special teams right now, 2 onside kick
that is
recovered.
True.
That is those are turnovers essentially. Kind of tossed to the left out here, and
there's a flag. I believe that's a
number. Is that number 12 running the ball? Yeah, number 12. That is Trayvon Campbell from Georgetown, but there wasn't a whole lot out there for him, and he lost yards, and there was a hold, and so that 2-point conversion will not work. But it is 20-0, and I'm expecting another onside kick here from Region 3. It's worked perfectly this quarter.
I would definitely put the staggered line. The staggered line and just leave one kid deep and be prepared for it, definitely.
Who is that kicker? Number 21. That is Gregory Benedict from Bracken County, and he has done an outstanding job on these kicks. The last 2 have been perfect. And it's been to the right side each time. See if they move anybody up to be able to maybe prevent this from happening again. So it looks like Cameron Bull. I saw him.
He come running out of the locker room, and he's got his helmet on standing there, so we may see more of him today.
There it is. And don't touch. Nope. And must have jinxed him that time because that kick was nowhere near as good as the last 2. So it looks like Region 1 is finally going to be able to, with a minute 34 in the third, they finally get the ball back.
Yep, at about the 40.
Great field position.
49 and a half, 48.
Yeah.
The referee is dropping a flag.
What happened here?
And I don't know. They're having some discussion here.
Is that an unsportsmanlike? Nope.
Could be a
false start on the kicking team. And okay, I don't know if I've ever seen that call before. Okay, well, here we go. Easton's in at quarterback with and I do believe we have a fumble recovered by Region 3. And you did not need that. You needed that field position. You need a score. Region 3 is going to run this entire quarter out. They had it for one play, and it lasted about 2 seconds. Wow. I did not see what happened. Was it an exchange? I was looking up the running back number there, and I actually missed it. That was Wyatt Rainey and a running back. I didn't see what happened, though. Did you catch what happened on that?
I did not, no.
Might have been the snap. I couldn't tell. So here we go, and looks like they're getting into the too tight wishbone 3-back set. Ooh, nothing on that. That's Mr. Number 24, Garrett Lucas, just met behind the line of scrimmage, and the wishbone's not worked quite as good as the offset eye for Region 3. So, but that'll get the clock going. Barring a turnover here this quarter, Region 3 will run this quarter out essentially every single second of it except for a couple seconds.
Ball control. Ball control.
Perfectly executed quarter. Yeah. Now they're doing the.
I think you had two guys in motion there.
I think the defense jumped before that.
It looked like when the back went in motion, you had one of the linemen moving as well, but
might have been.
He might have come across the line first.
I think that's what happened. That's the wing T there. We used to call it single. Some people call it single, but kind of still 3-back set with 2 tights, just put them in different spots. You always usually send one in motion. A lot of misdirection out of this formation usually. Yeah. Just Jaquan straight up the middle. Look at him go. That is about a 20-yard run. He's starting to really pick up some yards now. I imagine they'll just dive up the middle there. And that will end that quarter. Complete domination by Region 3 that quarter.
So at the end of the third quarter, Region 3 is up 20-0 on Region 1 with Region 3 driving here. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
All right, start of the fourth quarter here. And Region 3's got the ball. Running the wing T. Jaquan right up the middle. And not as many yards that time, but still 5 or 6 yards. Oh, number 64, Isaac Atkins from Johnson County, absolutely blocking downfield. Just put pancake someone about 10 yards downfield. That was, and that linebacker did not like that. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't like it either. Here we go. That is a good gain on first down. Looks to be about second and 6. Staying in the wing T here. 24 in motion. Toss. Sweep to the left. Oh, and he may be gone. Yep, there it is. I knew eventually he was going to break one. Number 24, Garrett Lucas, running back from Woodford County, got the edge, and he is gone. It is touchdown, Region 3, and they are just taking over this game. 9:24 in the fourth quarter left. They held the ball the entire third quarter, and now they just scored again. I do believe that will put this game out of reach for Region 1, who's not been able to do a whole lot on offense.
Yeah, you're going to have some serious quick strikes, but the problem is it's giving Region 3 the ball back.
Yep.
So unless you can get some onside kicks or something, it's going to be on the difficult side. And I've seen stranger things happen.
Absolutely.
I go back to a game that
in
the playoffs years ago. Ooh. That was a good play. He was open. Just
perfectly executed play, except for the throw was behind the receiver.
Yep.
Or the tight end there. Tight end came on a little out route. I like that play. You got to be patient to set it up. And they've been setting it up the entire game, and just unfortunately execution. Quarterback was just a touch off there. Well, not a touch. He's actually threw behind him quite a bit, but he was rolling out.
Didn't get his feet set.
No, it's tough for a lot of quarterbacks to get your hips turned, get your feet set to be able to throw at, especially if you don't throw a lot on the run. You know, there's certain schools that like to roll their quarterbacks out, and you develop that skill, but it takes quite a bit of time to really get good at it. And
if you're right-handed, you're rolling out to his left side, yes. So you're kind of your body's out of alignment. It is something you have to get familiar with.
Got to flip those hips and get downfield quick at this. Yeah, especially if you're right-handed. So. You think they'll kick it deep or try down their own side here?
I guess
a little pooch. Oh boy, that took some funky bounces, and number 9, Logan Smith from Callaway County finally falls on it to prevent Region 3 from getting that. That would have
not been good.
No. But here they go, their offense. They've had one play this half, and it was a turnover, a fumble, and we'll see if they can get anything going here. They've really not had any opportunity to run offense this half. So Easton's back out at quarterback along with Wyatt Rainey at running back beside him. Hand off to Rainey, and he is met
immediately.
I don't know. I think just dominated. I mean, just up front, just kind of getting dominated there. I don't know if that was who was that? Was that 32? Was that a linebacker that made that tackle?
I didn't see the number.
I think it might have been number 32.
Dalton Tarter from Bracken County.
Yeah, could be wrong on that, but
blue helmet.
Yep, that's what I thought it was there. So now we're looking at 2nd and about 13 for Region 1 here. They're in twins left, twins right, single back. One step back to throw. A little speed out. It's caught by Kirkland, but he is
defense right there.
Tackled immediately by number 32, Dalton Tarter, and
the corner out there.
Yeah, number 2, Jackson from Bryan Station.
Definitely defense played that very well.
Yep.
So now you're 3rd and 11 here.
The problem.
8 minutes left to go in this game.
The problem right now, Easton, he's not getting a lot of time to throw the ball, so you're having to throw those little short routes instead of something deeper, and that was just well played. So got 3 down linemen and blitz up right up the middle.
And the outside end.
They're going to call intentional grounding, probably. Nope, they just didn't call it. Not yet. Oh, looks like we got a little action out here. A little frustration on Region 1's part there, and understandable. Just got to control those emotions. No penalty, even though I think they might have been able to call intentional grounding on that, but I don't. Bring out the punt team, so that's a 3 and out. I actually lost a yard on this, and
actually, you know what I wonder? Didn't NHFS change that rule going into this new season of being able to throw the ball out of the pocket out of bounds? I believe they changed the intentional grounding rule. So maybe the officials are going off of that new rule for this season.
For years.
Yeah, on the one hand, I always understood, they're trying to make a play, but at the same time, it's kind of almost becomes a QC safety issue. Sometimes you see so many safety issues with that. There's a punt that goes up into the wind.
Yeah, the wind caught that sucker.
Yeah. And
well, I always said, like, NFL, college, you can throw it away to keep from taking a hit or whatever. Why not protect middle school and high school kids with that?
I don't disagree with it, because it's having a quarterback with the presence to do that a little bit. And at this point, I think just with the speed of the game at the lower levels increasing every year, bigger, faster, stronger type situations, that having the ability of the quarterback rolling out there and then realizing outside the pocket to just throw it away.
I've had several quarterbacks get that called over them over the years, just kind of rolling out, nothing there, and they know they're gonna lose yards, so they just kind of throw it downfield, and then it gets called. And I'm like, guys, I mean, just try to get out of bounds there, or try to get something out of it. But I hope they changed that.
I know they changed it for this year, but I guess I didn't think to ask the officials that question for this going in, but I guess technically once that.
I think there has to be a receiver in the vicinity, and it's supposed to get back to the line of scrimmage. So
if they're thrown inbounds, correct?
Oh, they're
for the
running the bootleg again. Tried it again.
Just outside his hands.
So now they're starting to throw the ball around a little bit. Wanted to try that play again. It was there, but just could not quite get turned. I always like to roll out to the right with the right-handed quarterback when I'm doing like the bootleg, especially if a kid comes from a program that doesn't throw it very much. It's a little more natural for them. Although I like left-handed quarterbacks too. A lot of schools do not like left-handed quarterbacks, but I've had several over the years.
I remember two specifically off the top of my head. I can remember two in my coaching days. And it would always screw me up trying to teach them some things with the offense, because I would turn the different direction than they would.
So that was Jackson Stroutman
from McNabb.
They tried that bootleg with him, and it was read very well. I didn't catch the number of the Region 1 player that tackled him, but it was read very well. So let's bring up third and about 13. Clock's ticking though. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in this consolation game here at Bryan Station between Region 1 and Region 3 8th grade. How's they just started the second half over there at the championship?
Screen just went black. Let me refresh here and see what I can get into.
All right.
I'll try to get an update here.
Back to Jaquan, and who did that? Let me see if I can get somebody's playing a little angry right now. That is 42 for Region 1. Wyatt Rainey, is that right? Yeah, he can play both ways, and from Stuart Pepper. Great, he read that very well. He took down Jaquan solo, and that's pretty impressive. Okay, so back to the wishbone. Oh. And this is actually the first time that Region 1's been able to stop Region 4 in this quarter, or this half, rather. So, all right. So Region 1 gets the ball back with 5:38 left to go, barring a miraculous scoring spree. I think at this point you're just trying to play to score points. You always hate to be shut out. That's never a good feeling, especially if you're an offensive-minded coach when you don't score anything. And here we go, Easton staying in at quarterback. Not seeing Anthony at quarterback today. I wonder if he's injured. Looks like Rainey in at running back next to him. Got Kirkland in at receiver. Okay, and looks like he's going to get sacked again. They're just not. The offensive line is just not doing a great job over there on that, particularly on the right side. And that will be, second down and about 20 now.
I don't see Anthony's jersey on the sideline. There is one player with a backpack in street clothes. I don't know if that's him or not, but I don't see Anthony's jersey on the sideline. So I don't know if maybe, I know we had several kids last night. Coaches telling me some ankle sprains and bumps and bruises. You know, you got to realize these kids haven't been in football practice, you know, other than the Battle of the Regions practice in a couple of months. So
that was a blitz by number 32, Dalton Tarter, right into that play. And that will bring up, I think he lost a couple yards, so you're looking at about 3rd and 22.
4:30 left to go in this one.
Yep. Maybe 21 to go on that, but wonder what point maybe Region 4 might start subbing down a little bit, or Region 3, sorry. With 26 lead and 4 minutes to go. Although, I don't know how many subs they got, but they're in trips over here. Okay. He's throwing a little out route. To just bare number 4 there. That is Jake Carter. That is a wide receiver from South Warren. Just a little out of his reach. He was wide open. If he caught it, he's probably going to get 5-6 yards out of it before someone catches him. But once again, those Easton had pressure pretty much from the snap. As you can see now, we got Region 3 7th grade walking down the track, getting ready for their game. Okay, 4th down and 21, 22, maybe 23, somewhere around there. Ball snap, got twins, and just he throws it.
Receiver came back to it.
Yeah, almost made that play. And I thought Region 3 did, Easton did a good job of throwing that ball before he got to the line of scrimmage, and I thought Region 3 did a good job not hitting him after he threw it because everybody was flying. You know, that's a lot of times where you just keep your momentum, you can't stop. I saw last year that happened in one of these games. The linebacker was going so fast he couldn't stop and got a penalty for hitting the quarterback out of bounds. But here we go. Region 3's going to get the ball at the looks like the 13-yard line of Region 1 with 3:45 to go. We'll see what they do here. They could just basically keep running it, but the last series they actually tried a few throws. And they called a timeout. I wonder if he's going to sub down and put some young men in that had an opportunity maybe to carry the ball here. Any luck on that, getting that game pulled back up?
No, I don't know what issue they might be having. Not being over there, I can't really provide much feedback on the situation. I don't know if the internet went dead over there or what at the moment. The odd thing is that some of the graphics are showing up. So I don't know if the camera link is dead, but the clock isn't running either. So we'll try to give you an update. It was 21-0 in the third quarter over there.
There's 24. Let's see.
You're hot.
All right. So we're back, and they actually, Region 3 came out and spread. We had twins on the left, twins on the right. Threw a little short screen to number 24, Garrett Lucas Jr. Got a couple yards out of it. So they're just trying out, and the clock is ticking. So that accomplished 2 goals, clock running, and some positive yardage. And Mr. Garrett walking off the field. Subs coming in. Who is in at quarterback here?
Probably looks like Stroutman.
Blue helmet, number 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, from McNabb. Got Jaquan back there at running back. Do a little action, little slip screen to number 12, Trevor Campbell from Georgetown. Gained about 2 yards on that. Just a little short stuff, nothing long. At this point, just seeing what else they could do, you know. And 2:30 left. 3rd down and about, let's say 6. Well, short 6, long 5. So Troutman's bringing the play in. I say they'll probably just keep throwing it here. Or thought they actually did a little play action to Jaquan last play, but see what they do here. Okay, you got number 40 out wide. That's Austin Hawkins from McNabb. See. Oh, he's wide open. Didn't see him. Oh, and he sacked and he fumbled. And Region 1 will get the ball with 1:51 left. So he had a receiver out here on the right that came open almost immediately. If he had just thrown it to that back pylon, it'd be an opportunity for that kid to maybe catch it and score a touchdown. But he didn't see it, and he did not see that pressure coming off the edge, and took a hit and fumbled the ball right there. So now Region 1 gets the ball back. See if they can score any points here. Yesterday they scored twice with a short amount of time. Today just not had a lot of opportunities. Turnovers and ball control by Region 3 has really kept their offense from getting in sync at all this half. Actually, in the first half as well. I'd say out of this game, Region 3 has probably controlled the clock for 30 minutes out of the 3 quarters. I said they've kept the ball a full 3 quarters at least, if not more.
That's probably accurate, yes.
So, okay, handoff there, and now they're maybe just running the clock out here. I don't know. Just live to fight another day, so to speak. You got. They didn't really. Little Cameron Bull has not come back in at running back. So, they're throwing and off the. What a catch. He makes fantastic catches all the time. Had somebody on him that is, I believe he's a Bowling Green player. I can't.
It's 11, it looks like again.
Is it 11 again? Yeah, Hudson, Notmeyer. Yep. That's him. He is tough. He is a good receiver. Because if your receivers can catch contested passes, that makes your offense a lot better. Like some receivers have to, they don't like contact as much as other football players. Well, he doesn't seem to mind. But here they're in twins. That's a good gain for them. Handoff to Rainey, and nothing. Not a thing. That was number 32, I believe, Dalton Tarter. Bracken County, he's just timed out his blitzes really well and getting through the line there and really just stifling this offense. And that will end this game. 8 seconds left to go. Barring somebody calling a timeout. Nope, looks like the players are walking up the lineup. Coaches, obviously some of the Region 1 players are frustrated, and it's understandable, but it's part of football. It's part of life. Sometimes you just got to deal with it. So, congratulations to Region 3, who will win this game. Pretty much dominated from the start. Just never let Region 1's offense get anything going at all. Just nothing at all. So, but that will pretty much, for these kids, that's probably the last game of middle school football they'll ever play, and the next one will be in high school.
Yep, we are going to go stay here. We have the post-game presentation here of the teams and the head coaches that receive a plaque. So we'll wait for the teams to get through the handshake line and zoom in for this little presentation here once everything is set up.
Well, I'd say you see old Dylan Peck out there. I think he's number 70. He is out there hugging his FBU teammates. You see, one of the most priceless things you get out of this is just the friendships you make.
Absolutely. And now they've made more.
Yes.
Inside their own little region, and a lot of these kids will be seeing each other, districts, bowl games, inside their region, and then even more on the playoffs as they get along. And a few, no doubt there's kids on both of these clubs that will eventually, they'll cross paths again in state championship games.
I was going to say, I've seen it happen in the past. Boyle County, Johnson County had some players played on Team Kentucky back many years ago and actually played each other several times in the state championship game. And that's just those two teams. And you'll see obviously some of these boys will play each other in big-time games, and that friendship will never go away.
So we have the presentation. It's not going to be easy for you guys to hear the PA guy here at Bryant Station. We have the presentation of the head coaches' plaques by board member and Vice President William Griffin of the association. And Jack Heron's one of our assistants here and staff. And the presentation, the 8th grade Region 1 head coach Kenny Davidson of South Warren High School. Appreciate all of Kenny's work this year and in the past of everything he's done for the association. And for Region 3, head coach Bruce Hunt, Johnson Central head coach. And there we are. We'll get to widen out a little bit. We got the teams on completing and battle the regions. I'm sure they're going to be a little sore and banged up for the next couple of days.
Absolutely.
The weather doesn't help with that. Warmer weather seems to help with that a little bit, but kids played well. Kids played hard, and got to get in some football. And the coaches and the board members and the coaches are all talking to the kids there, Region 1 and Region 3, and we are going to cut this broadcast here in just a few seconds, and you will hear us back at 1:30 for the 7th grade battle between Regions 1 and Regions 3 as those teams are creeping their way onto the field here, getting their warm-ups in. So we will return with that, and appreciate everybody joining us this, now it's early afternoon.
Have a good day.